Hey guys! So today I'm doing, obviously, Spooktober. This was supposed to be this week's video, and last week, like I said in the video when I posted it eventually, I was having issues with my editing app, so was late. However, so because I was late, I'm trying to get 2 videos done this week, so I'm hopefully gonna knock this editing out like tonight. But basically I'm going to be doing, obviously my browser not blocked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what we're doing and then start the video, but my eyes will be blocked by the next one. I just didn't want to keep starting looking like that. But yeah, so let's get into that video. So this is a normal look right there, right? Yeah. Now we're back to normal on our Spooktober. So I don't know if I've told you what I'm turning myself into today, but I decided to turn myself into something that I got really invested in over the summer. I'm turning myself into Jigsaw, the puppet from Saw. Now, I know my channel, again, is usually for a younger audience, but I want to do spookier makeups and more Halloween videos. So I decided it'd be okay to just do something like this, and I'll explain my next video also, but at the end of this video. But basically I'm just taking my white face paint and I'm just taking a throwaway sponge and just dragging it, because from what I found out last year, it's better to drag this paint than try to dab. Okay. But I'm basically just going around the whole face because Jigsaw is a white base, and go from there. The story of Saw. So like I said, the first one, you find out who is the Jigsaw killer, basically, because whoever didn't survive these tests that the Jigsaw killer was creating would have a jigsaw piece carved out of them, hence the name Jigsaw. So as the Jigsaw killer is now the name, you eventually find out in the first movie who is actually a part of these games, who's creating these awful, horrible games. And after you find out who it is in the first movie, his calling card that you would see is a puppet that also was called Jigsaw, because that was Jigsaw's calling card. And in later movies you find out why that doll is so important and means a lot. I'm trying not to spoil too much or talk too much of it, like I said, because this is a kid channel, so I don't really want to talk about not appropriate things. However, this is my video, so we're going to talk about some of it. So in Saw, they also use a lot of tape recorders, I want to say it is. So you would have a tape and it would say play me, and it would give you your rules for the game. And a very famous line that was always used was live or die and make your choice. Because the point of the game was to not punish people, well, I guess punish, but to see if people when faced with actual life or death situations, had that one piece that would make them actually fight to live. Now, granted, some games, I don't think anyone could have won, but later on you find out that is not the original Jigsaw, because his games always, hence the word always, was winnable in some form or manner. Like, yeah, you'd lose a limb or whatever, but it was winnable. I don't think so, personally. I don't think so. But, you know, there are definitely a lot that were not winnable by any means. But in the ones used with the doll mostly, either the recording would be on it, or the doll would be used as a tool to basically an explosion. So it was either a trick or it actually helped you. And this doll always makes this most, not annoying, but very iconic laugh. It goes, not like that exactly, but something like that. And the reason that this doll is so important is because eventually the person who does do these games does eventually not pass away. And so it's hard to figure out how these games are still going when he passed away. I kind of look like Miss Doubtfire. Hello! Should just make myself into that. You know, if this doesn't go too well, I'll just make myself into Miss Doubtfire. But, so basically what I'm doing, just because I haven't talked about what I'm doing, is since I let the bottom layer dry, I'm now allowed to take bigger patches of the white and just sweep it across, doing in one motion against the whole face. So I'm going in the same direction. Kind of like you're painting. You get a lot of paint, you just gotta swoop it over. Trying to match up where all the holes are. The eyes I'm not too worried about because I'm gonna just make these all black because he does have black eye sockets, and I'm going to draw his eye since I don't have any contacts and I want to get the full effect. So we are back. I've basically powdered and it did lift a little, but that's okay because Jigsaw kind of looks like paper mache, so it's not perfect. But I have a good enough base now that is dry that I can continue on, and I powdered so it won't look all off. Taking the shadow stick that I have and draw out the eyes. Just giving a format. Now, like I said, the eyes are like there's a distinct thing about them, so I'm not going to paint it out yet, just because I want the perfect outline. And I'm going a little bit bigger like I usually do, just because I want the detail on the eyes to be right here. Ignore that for right now. So I just want to smear this black out over here, because I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw the red and then cover around with the black. So for the red, I'm actually taking a lipstick crayon by L'Oreal, and I don't use this on my lips, so I just gonna draw a circle. If I can draw laser. And it doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. It's not gonna be perfect, but just the edges will be covered by black because in the center is a black dot, so this is just the eye color. This one's gonna not look even whatsoever, but it's there. Okay. Now that that is done, we're going back with the black crayon, and I'm just gonna fill in the center. And I'm going to outline around it. And eventually I will be putting powder over it, black and red, just so that it's more defined. It doesn't move around the lid because this lipstick is very greasy. So a lot of people actually do turn themselves into Jigsaw by painting themselves into this doll and like doing the whole like suit and everything. Since I don't have my laptop, I didn't want to do that, and this is more of a, not laid back, because I guess my last video was very short and laid back. Like, if it, the face, I just want the face to look good, because everything else is kind of So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the red and set it, because that's the more, it's going to be harder to cover the black rather than covering the red. So you're gonna pat down. I'm using the, I know I haven't been saying palettes, but I feel like it's very hard if you guys don't know the palettes to recreate. If you're ever gonna recreate it, I don't think you will, but I'm using my James Charles Morphe X palette with using his red color right there, and I'm using that to set the lid. I usually use this palette if I'm going to do these extensive, or I'm gonna use my NYX palette. But I just feel like that red in there isn't as vibrant as this one, so that is why I decided to use this palette. And I know I usually say due to controversy and stuff, I'm not going to tell you, but like I said, I feel like it's just harder to not tell you what I'm using and then get upset. But now, once this is set, we're gonna set the black and then re-outline the everything else. I'm gonna be taking that same palette and using this black right here, and I'm going to obviously set all the black. So now I'm gonna take eyeliner actually to make the circle in the center. I'm taking this one, the Almay Liquid. I'm using this liner a lot more than my nice Anastasia liner, just because I use that one a lot more and I don't want it to get ruined. So now you'd have that little circle in the center and it looks like that. And you're just gonna pick a spot, dab it, and you're gonna dab a circle. You're not going to draw a circle, because if you drag, it's not gonna work. From my personal experience. With using this and just any liner, it's a lot harder because I did use a cream-based eyeshadow, so my fear is that it'll drag and smear rather than giving us an actual circle, like so. But one's a little bit higher than the other. It's really okay, it's fine. I'm gonna use this black lip to outline where I want to do the mouth part, and then I'll be going into the red because I want to kind of do this cool like black and red look on my lip. So I'm taking my long lasting lip smack and drawing a line down. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side, on the edge of your mouth. So see, that spot wasn't really dry, so. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, reddish lip, I'm going to put it on my lips. Well, I'm gonna pause, take a minute, think about how I'm gonna do the lips and everything, and then I'll be back. So I know I look a lot different. Basically what I did is I mixed the black and white powder from this palette, and I did a little circle on top to blend them before I put it on my face. And I made eyebrows. So he doesn't have eyebrows, he has shapes of eyebrows, but I tried to shadow it and it just didn't work. So I now have black eyebrows that I tried to blend out and make a little bit more gray with some white, with my white pro concealer. That is all I did. Obviously I also did stuff on the cheeks and I drew out my lips, but since I'm continuing the lips, I decided I would just wait and I would draw the actual shape I wanted. But for the cheekbones, like I said, he had like really bulbous like cheeks, like wah. So I'm just going back between the black and the white, and I'm just shading and outlining where I want these cheekbones to be, and trying to blend as best as I can. Because eventually I will be doing more with it, because like I said, there's a spiral on his cheeks, but I just want to like get that really like intense shape that he has. And I'm also going to, so using the same brush that I did with the black to set the eyes, I'm also using for this. So dipping in that white and black and creating circles to blend it on the brush before I blend it on my face. I'm just taking strong strokes and swooping it so it's really intense on the side, but like not intense on the front, if that makes sense. So now that I got like a baseline of what I want, I'm going to be taking this, the red we used on the lids, and I'm going to be drawing a spiral. It's going to be smaller than how it is on the doll just because I don't have as much cheek room. I didn't give myself as much cheek room, unfortunately. I wanted the eyes more vibrant. So I'm just going to start in the center and draw a spiral. And if your spiral breaks, that's okay. So you're going for this. So you're gonna start, you're gonna try to make it look as similar as possible. And once the white seems to be lifting, we're gonna move to the lips, a lip color that I have, to really fix it and give it more shape. So now what I did is I just took the lip that I did for my lips, this little thing. It's 504, I don't know what brand it is, it's this brand. But I just did that to continue the So what I'm going to do now is that is going to dry. And now we're going to continue the lips. So taking that same liquid lip, I'm going to continue adding this red color. Sorry, I know I stopped mid-sentence. I try not to do that anymore, but it still happens. And I'm gonna be making diamonds or triangles on the edge of my lip. To just make his mouth a little bit bigger, or to make it look a little bit bigger. But also I'll be adding black. So I want to make sure I have that all set before I just start. Now I'm going to be taking this brush, this tipped brush, to do the black outlining so that it just looks a little bit better and there's not too much black, and I can control it a little bit more than rather on the edge of this. So I'm taking the black on the liquid lipstick that I used for this, and I'm just outlining around. Now that I like that enough, I think we may be done. So this is the end of the video. Honestly, I was gonna do a lot more with this look, but I just don't have the proper products and I don't think it's gonna work appropriately if I do what I intended originally, because it's just gonna crack and not look good. So to just stop right here and do a smaller, easier video to me just to get out, that's fine. Or to put it out when I need to is okay with me. I know it may not be okay with you guys and I'm very sorry, but I'm trying to do as elaborate looks as I possibly can with the amount of stuff I have and on a budget. But I hope you love this video. I will be putting a photo right now of what I was looking for. Make sure to follow us on social media. We do have a Instagram. It is natsoap1317. It'll be put up around here as I'm speaking. This concludes the video. Make sure to look for next week when I will be posting one video, but I might post two just because it is Halloween week. So I may be posting a lot more or a lot less, but I'm at least hoping to get 1 to 2 videos. That is a goal. Just because it is Halloween week, I want to get a little bit more videos out there rather than this whole month I've been trying to do, and I will be posting videos up till November 5th, or like after the first week of November. I will stop posting any Spooktober videos just to continue into Christmas or holidays, holiday looks and holiday fun. Soon I'll be back with Sophia, so maybe we'll push out some photos with her or some videos with her. And yeah, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I have not been doing this and I'm very sorry, but my niece, Avery, who has been on the channel, she has her own YouTube channel. I'll be linking it down below. She also was the one that made our awesome intro video, so you love it. Make sure to check out her videos. She does a phenomenal job. She is an artist, love it. And I think she did a great job on our intro video. And if you think so too, make sure to like and subscribe to her. And that is all. See you in a few days. Okay.